Sahana vavatu, Sahanau bhunaktu, Sahaviryam karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam everyone. Today we will be looking at the last three mantras, the additional mantras which are chanted as part of Namakam, Sri Rudram. So we will proceed. Sairam. Prananam Granthirasi Rudro Ma Vishantakah Tenannenapyayasva Namo Rudraya Vishnave Mrityurme Pahi. Prananam Granthirasi Rudro Ma Vishantakah Tenannenapyayasva Namo Rudraya Vishnave Mrityurme Pahi. Prananam Granthirasi Rudro Ma Vishantakah Tenannenapyayasva Namo Rudraya Vishnave Mrityurme Pahi. Just to go over the consonant which you may have to pay attention to. Prananam Granthi. This thi is the second letter in the Thavarga, so it has to be aspirated. Granthi Rasi Rudroma Vishantakah Tenanam. Yes, well, there are no other aspirated sounds, consonants. The Vishnave, this ish is cerebral isha. So if the tongue is pointed upwards, the tip of the tongue should be pointing towards the roof of the mouth. Vishnave Mrityurme Pahi. So that's as far as paying attention to pronunciation goes. This mantra is taken from Yajurveda Taittiriya Aranyaka, the chapter for Prapataka 10, which is also called the Mahanarayana Upanishad. Many mantras, as I had mentioned, come from Mahanarayana Upanishad, which are very regularly chanted. And this is Anuvaka 74-75 in that Upanishad, or the 10th chapter of the Taittiriya Aranyaka. In terms of split of words, the pada form of the mantra, prananam, no change. Grantihi asi, grantirasi, grantihi asi. Rudraha, the visarga has become, so here grantihi, the visarga becomes r, so that's how you get rasi, grantirasi. In this case, rudraha, the visarga has become o because of santhi again. the Vishantakaha is actually Visha Antakaha. Visha Antakaha. So that and a becomes a, that's how you get Vishantakaha. The next one is a three word compound, which is Tena Annena. So Tena Annena becomes Tenannena. The na plus a becomes na. Okay, Tenannena. Na plus a becomes na again. Tenannenapya yasva. Apya yasva. So Annenapya yasva. Okay, so that's how the splits of the words go. Then if you look at the second line, so Namaha, the Visarga has becomes O. Rudraya Vishnave Mrityuhu Me. The Mrityuhu, the Visarga again becomes Ir. So that's how you come Mrityur Me Pahi. Then Pahi. So that's the pada split of this mantra. Now let's look at the meaning. Prananam. Prananam means of the pranas. So this is Shashti Vibhakti or sixth Vibhakti. Shows certain possessive aspect. That means of the pranas. Okay. Grantihi. Grantihi means it's a knot. Generally, it's a knot. It can also mean connection. Okay. It can also mean connection. So I've used both the meanings. So this is the knot of the pranas. Prananam grantihi. Asi means you are. So we are addressing the Lord and saying, you are the knot of the pranas. So when the pranas come into us, see, when the baby is born, it takes the first breath. And the breath, the prana is tied to the Atman, the body, the mind, everything. Without that knot, we can't be alive. Okay, just like in a marriage, there are knots put, tied. For many things, we put a knot. That means we are joined together. Something which keeps it held, holding. So Grantihi. So it's a connection. That's how. So Rudra is the connection of the prana to the Atman, the body and the mind. Okay, so that's how we reckon. Because of Rudra that we are alive. Because when that knot's get broken, the prana leaves and the body becomes dead. So he holds that key of life itself. So prananam granthi rasi. Rudraha means Rudra. Ma, so in this case, ma means me. In some other place, it's also like mam. Okay, so it is second vibhakti of the aham word, ashmat sabda it's called. The ashmat is aham, means I, and so on. So mam is second vibhakti, that means me. Okay, so give it to me means something like mam. Like you may have come across raksha mam. Raksha means protect me, raksha mam. Okay, so things like that, I think you would have come across in the bhajans or other prayers. Okay, so this here, the ma is an ancient usage where is not there, the anuswara is not there, but still it means me. Okay, me. Visha. Visha means enter. You're asking Lord to enter me. Because if the Lord does not enter, that not also doesn't exist. So Mahavisha means remain in me. Also you can say that way also it can mean. Please stay with me. Enter my heart. We pray to the Lord, please enter my heart. So the same way you enter me. Visha Antakaha. The next word is Antakaha. Antakaha means one who kills actually. One who brings an end is Antakaha. So how it seems very surprising that you ask the Lord who kills to enter us. Whether we ask or not, the Lord will kill, will take away life. But we are asking him to enter. Why? The next mantra explains. Because I have put here one who digests, taking into consideration the following mantra. That means, okay, we'll look at the next line and then we'll come back. Tena, so by him or by that, both can be that. By him. So with whom? By that Rudra, who is the Granthi, who has entered us, who is in us. Annena, annam. Annam means food. Annena means by food or through food. Okay. Apyayasva may become full. So the thing is, without that antakaha, the one who digests or kills everything is inside us, food will not be digested and absorbed. See, just like any animal killing something and then only eating it. Food also has to be killed, it has to be destroyed, processed, which actually happens in our body. The fire in the body actually burns the food, takes nutrition and supplies it to all the parts of the body. So that through that process, we become full. We have already looked at that anna is also something which we feed and that also eats us. So in this world, birth and death is not avoidable. Both happen all the time. But we are asking the Lord to come and we recognize the fact that only through the Lord we are alive. Only through the Lord that our food comes in, gets digested and we become full. But this also can say what all kinds of knowledge also. Knowledge also is annam, food also. That also the Lord only has to digest. So anything which we take through our senses is all food which is digested by the Lord appropriately. Apyayasva. Namaha, salutation. Rudraya, Namaha Rudraya. To that Rudra, our salutation. Vishnave. Vishnave means Vishnu. Again, it's a fourth vibhakti of Vishnu. Vishnave. Like Gurave Namaha. Vishnave Namaha. So Vishnu becomes Vishnave, Guru becomes Gurave. So this is the fourth vibhakti. That means to that Vishnu, our salutation. What it means is the Lord is present in everything. Just the way the Lord is present in us, He is present in everyone, in everything in this world. So so that's why in the food prayer, in the Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva, we are praying to the Lord that the Lord is saying that Aham, He is as Vaishvanara in our body. He digests the food. So that is its relevance to that also. We are all talking about food being digested. So Vishnave that's the Vishnu who is in us as Vaishvanara. That's the fire which is present in everyone. Okay. To that Vishnu, our salutation. Mrityuhu, the Lord of Death. The Mrityuhu, Lord of Death, may me protect Pahi. So we're asking that Lord, who is Vishnu, who is also Mrityu, who is also death, we're asking him to protect us. Again, we should understand that all this prayer is taking into consideration the way of the Atman, not the body. When we protect means the Lord is always protecting the Atman. The body will undergo decay. But as part of the decay only, through the decay only, we will also be protected. With the way it grows and it decays. So for all that, the Lord is the cause. So this mantra basically recognizes this fact. So whenever we breathe, we can say, Prananam Granthirasi, you are the one who is making me alive. You are the knot which keeps me alive. That kind of recognition this mantra provides. I have a couple of excerpts from Swami's discourses we will go through. The mind can build a silent refuge or tie you up into complex knots. It binds, it loosens bonds. You can sail safe on the sea of samsara, worldly life. if you have no leaks in the boat, but through the leaks of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madha, matsarya, lust, anger, greed, delusion, pride, and envy, the writers of samsara will enter the boat and it will sink, drowning you beyond redemption. Sorry, actually, it should be the waters of samsara. Okay, sorry about it. The waters of samsara will enter the boat and it will sink, drowning you beyond redemption. Do not allow the water into the boat. Stop all leaks, then you need have no fear in samsara. You can benefit by all the chances it gives for training the senses, widening the affections, deepening the experiences, and strengthening detachment. So, this knot, which is prananam granthi, um, there can be knots to the Lord. There's a knots which are related to the world also. Because the same prana can get knotted with worldly things also. That is one reason when there's a correlation between breath and our thoughts also. So in yoga, they try to control the breath. Through that process, you can control the thoughts, is a thought. Because the breath also gives rise to other knots. And Swami says, we have to focus on, see, that's why he says it binds and it loosens the bonds. One knot is there, which is good knot. The other knots have to be removed. So that is mentioned by Swami. So I thought I will mention that also. There's another excerpt for Swami from Prema Vahini. There's one secret that, if known, lays bare all secrets. There's one problem that, if solved, solves all others. There's one knot that, if untied, loosens all the knots. There's one science that, if mastered, masters all. That key science is spiritual education. So Swami is talking about that one knot which unties all the other knots. Okay, so that also I thought would be nice. Going back to that samsara waters entering, see, in this, if we have reached the ocean or even the other side of the ocean or river, the waters are necessary because that's what helps us sail. But the same water which helps us sail, if it enters into the boat, then the boat will drown. So in this world, so that's the waters of samsara. If they enter, the boat will sink. So in the world we have to ride without getting knotted to the water. Okay, so that will keep us afloat and reach the goal. So I thought I would mention. I have another excerpt. We will just look at that also because of the topic of prana. This excerpt is taken from Sutra Vahini. Sutra Vahini is a Vahini written by Swami on the Brahma Sutras. Brahma Sutras are written by Vedavyasa. They are aphorisms of Brahman. In the Sanatana Dharma tradition, three texts are considered the most basic texts, called Prasthanatraya. One is the Bhagavad Gita, the other is the Upanishads, the third one is Brahma Sutra. Anyone who wants to take up the study of Vedanta are prescribed these three. And Swami has written Vahinis on all three of them. Gita Vahini on the Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad Vahini on the Upanishads, the principal Upanishads, and Sutra Vahini, where he has touched upon some of the important sutras from the Brahma Sutra. So this Sutra Vahini is from where this excerpt is. Pranas tatha anugamat. So that's the sutra, and Swami goes on to say, the vital breath or air, prana, refers not to the ordinary sense of the word, but to Brahman only. That word is also often taken to mean the deities presiding over the breath and vital airs, like Rudra or Vayu. But even that meaning is inapplicable. Subtle meaning of vital air is Brahman only. Once, a seeker named Patadana approached Indra, the lord of the abode of gods, and prayed to be instructed about how he could be endowed with that which is most beneficial to him. Indra directed him to know him as life and meditate on him as vital air. Indra is telling this questioner. Okay. Defining vital air, prana, and elaborating on its glory, Indra told him this vital air is identified with consciousness. Sa esha prana prajnatma. Okay. Sa esha prana prajnatma. So that prana is prajnatma. Prajna and atma. It is bliss, ageless, deathless. That is to say, vital air is the embodiment of bliss. It has no decline or diminution. It is immortal. That is the teaching. These characteristics belong to Brahman alone, not to vital air as commonly understood. Vital air is only a symbol to bring Brahman to mind and not any other entity. So Swami is explaining about what is prana. The prana is the one which brings Brahman to our mind. Okay, even though we are talking about Rudra here, Rudra actually refers to not a deity, a demigod as some people will say, to the Parabrahman, the Brahman itself. So that Parabrahman is the one who keeps the prana is in our body. So that is the meaning which Swami has covered in Sutra Vahini about the prananam. So I thought it may be good. So that's so I picked that up. Okay. Now we will go on to the next mantra. Tamushtuhi yah svishussudhanva yo vishvasya kshayati bheshajasya yakshvamahe saumanasaya rudram namobhir devamasuram duvasya. Tamushtuhi yasvishussudhanva yo vishvasya kshayati bheshajasya yakshvamahe saumanasaya rudram namobhir devamasuram duvasya. Tamushtuhi yasvishussudhanva yo vishvasya kshayati bheshajasya yakshvamahe saumanasaya rudram namobhir devam asuram duvasya. This mantra is a little tongue twisting mantra, but with repeated attempt, I'm sure you will master it. But I will just point out some pronunciation aspects of certain consonants. Shtuhi. Ush again is cerebral sha. Shtuhi, you may have to tamushtuhi. Yak, swishus. So the shu again is cerebral sha, so the tip of the tongue should point upwards. Sudhanva. Dha is the fourth letter in the ta varga, so it has to be aspirated. So dhanva yo vishwasya kshayati, again cerebral ksha after ka, ik ksha, kshayati, vesha, again cerebral sha, veshajasya, yakshwamahi, again cerebral sha, yaksha, yakshwamahi, saumanasaya rudram namo bhir. This bhir is again fourth letter in the pa varga, so it has to be aspirated. Okay. Namo bhir deva masuram dvasya. This mantra is from the Rig Veda actually. It's Rig Veda, 5th mandala. From the 42nd sukta of this 5th mandala, it's the 11th mantra. So let's look at the pada form of this mantra, that is a split of the sandhis. Tamu and stuhi. So tamu plus stuhi becomes tamashtuhi. So as you can see, this stu has become shtu. There are some transformations which take place. Some of this is Vedic grammar. It's not even part of classical grammar. So stu has become shtu. Yes. Then the next one is swishu sudhanva. There are two words, swishuhu and sudhanva. Swishuhu and sudhanva. This visarga becomes is because it's followed by su. So that's how it becomes swish sudhanva. This yaha visarga has become o, and that's how you get yo. Vishwasya shayati bheshajasya, no difference. This yakshwa mahe is made of two words, yakshwa and mahe. As you can see, the word ma, when they brought together, it become yakshwa mahe. These are some changes as part of sandhi which we encounter in the Rig Veda. And there are some who say that the akara, the elongation, is added because of matra. I myself am not too familiar with Vedic grammar, so I cannot explain to you much. But the two words which make up yakshwa mahe, yakshva and mahe. Saumanasaya rudram, no change. Namo bhi, the visarga becomes ir. Namo, that's how it becomes namo bhir devam. Plus becomes ma, deva masuram, and dvasya. Okay. We will look at meaning. What meaning now? Tamu. Tamu is the first word. Tam means him. Tamu has a slightly different meaning because it's Vedic usage mainly. Tamu is also to wish for something, yearn for something. So that means you want that alone, with such yearning. Tamu stuhi. So that means you are praising him with total yearning. Okay, wanting him alone. With tamushtuhi. Okay. Who are we praying for? Praising. Stuhi is to praise, to adore, worship also. Yaha, the one who. Swishuhu. Swishuhu is one who possesses excellent arrow. As you all may remember, issue means arrow. So su issue becomes swishu. So there is a sandhi actually. Su plus ishuhu becomes swishuhu. I have not put some of this because I hope you all are familiar with some of the sandhi which we have used before. So swishuhu means one who possesses an excellent arrow, good arrow. Okay. Sudhanva, the bow which carries also excellent. Su. Dhanva means bow. Su means good. Okay, so we are praising and worshipping that one who possesses the best of arrows, the best of the auspicious arrow, auspicious bow. That way also we can take. Okay, instead of excellent, we can also substitute the word auspicious. Su is good, beneficial. Okay. Yaha, who, one who. Vishwasya. Vishwa means the world, you can say. Vishwa also means everything, all kinds. Okay. Vishwasya means of all kinds. Kshayati. Okay. Kshayati means one who remains an abode of, remains the home for something. Okay. Kshayati, it's a verb, but Kshaya means who keeps things, who holds things. Kshaya also has the meaning that which depletes, destroys. That's also Kshaya, depletes. But in this case, the meaning is the abode of. There are some meanings which say Kshaya is the home of Yama. Okay, so the thing is, even when everything dies, Yama takes everything and keeps him with himself. Okay, so that home is Kshaya, Kshayati. Okay. Bheshajasya. Bheshajasya means medicine. Okay, of the medicine. So the Lord remains the home for all kinds of medicine. Okay. So you can imagine why that word Shayati is given. Hospital is also a home. Vaidyalayam. So we go and stay there, where all the diseases are removed. It brings an end to the diseases. So the medicine, where the medicines are stored, that is the end of all bad things. So the Lord is the one who maintains all the medicines in his home for all kinds of ailments. Vishwasya kshayati bheshajasya. Okay. Yakshva, worship, it's an instruction. Praise him, worship him. Mahe, in abundance, in many ways. Okay. Sau manasaya. Okay, Sau manasaya means for mental peace. That's a simple meaning. Manas means mind. Sau manasa means it's something which is saumyam. It's calm. Okay, Sau manasaya. Asuram. Asuram, normally Asura means we will say it's a demon. But Asura means actually someone who is very powerful, very strong. The Asuras are always considered to be very strong. Deva is not as strong. That's why always the Asuras take over. And then Devas need God's help to win over the Asuras. That's the eternal fight. The bad is always stronger, good is always weak. Without the help of God, good cannot beat. Okay, so Asura means strong. But in this case, the Lord is also Asura. Why is he strong? Any ailment he can break. Any problem he can break. So he's Asuram also. To kill an Asura, you need a bigger Asura. And the Lord is the one. Okay, very strong. Devam. Devam means brilliant. He's effulgent. He emits light. Okay, the Lord is that. Rudram, that Rudra. Namo bihi, with lots of salutations. Okay, Namo bihi. Duvasya. It's a verb. Worship him. So, this Lord who has the best of arrows, the most auspicious arrow, the most auspicious bow, who has the medicine for all kinds of diseases in this world. Him we worship for our mental peace. For that Lord who is very strong, who is effulgent, who emits light, with many salutations we'll worship. Because that's why all the nama you see, Namo Bihi means in Rudram is full of Nama, 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 Nama. With all these Namahas, we have worshipped him. So it's a reminder, today we have worshipped, tomorrow also we should worship. So it's an instruction to ourselves that for all kinds of ailments we have to pray to him, because that's where all the medicines are. And he has the best of arrows and best of bows, which with which he can fix all the problems in us. That's the meaning. We will look at some excerpt of Swami's. The divine is being worshipped as a decorated idol or image with an artificial form. The Lord should be experienced in his natural form in a natural way. All the ornamentation the devotee resorts to does not please God. It may please the heart of the devotees, but God's heart is not moved thereby. Only through the love can God's heart be moved and softened. The devotee has that power. Without resorting to extravagant adulation of God, not seeking petty favors from God, yearn for God alone, and you will get everything. Endeavor to make God your intimate friend. Why I have chosen this was Tamu. Tamu means you yearn for God alone. Stuhi. Tamu Stuhi means yearn for God alone. Why? You will get everything. Vishwasya. Okay, Shayati basis. So only when we worship the Lord alone and yearn for him and make him our friend, he will take care of all problems. So I liked that. So I have accepted this for look at. Now we will go to the last mantra, the seventh mantra. Ayam me hasto bhagavanayam me bhagavattarah. Ayam me vishwabheshajoyam shivabhimarshanah. Ayam me hasto bhagavanayam me bhagavattarah. Ayam me vishwabheshajoyam shivabhimarshanah. Ayam me hasto bhagavanayam me bhagavattarah. Ayam me vishwabheshajoyam shivabhimarshanah. Look at the consonant for which you have to pay attention for pronunciation purposes. Ayam me hasto, it's all simple. Bha, the bha is aspirated, which is the fourth letter in the pavarga. Bhagavanayam me bhagavattarah. Again, bha is the fourth letter in the pavarga, it has to be aspirated. Ayam me vishwa bheshajo. Bhe, again, bhe is the fourth letter in the pavarga. Sha is cerebral sha, eshajoyam. You may wonder, in chant we say gum, eshajoya gum. That's because of chanting rules in the Yajurveda. But the simple word is ayam, ejashoyam, eshajoyam, shivabhi. Again, bhi is again fourth letter in the pavarga, marshana. So this mantra is also from the Rig Veda. It's from the 10th mandala of the Rig Veda. It's the 60th sukta and the 12th mantra. Okay. So we will look at the pada form or the pada splitting, removing the sandhi. Ayam me, no changes. Hastaha, the visarga has become O because of Sandhi. Bhagavan Ayam. Bhagavan plus Ayam becomes Bhagavan Ayam. No change between me and Bhagavataraha. Ayam me Vishwa Bheja Beshaja Beshajaha. Vishwa Beshajaha. Ayam, because again that Visarga becomes O, that's how you get Vishwa Beshajoyam. Some people use Avagraha, I have not put that here. Shivabhimarshana is the last word. No change. We will look at the word-to-word meaning. Ayam. Ayam means this. I don't know. Actually, I wanted to get an excerpt from Swami's discourse on Ayam. There is a Mahavakya called Ayam Atma Brahma. This is Atma and Brahma. There are 4 Mahavakyas. I think I have covered it already. I must have the excerpt from there, so I did not bring it here. So, but one of the 4 Mahavakyas in the Upanishads is Ayam Atma Brahma, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, Prajnanam Brahma. These are 4 Mahavakyas. We have covered these long ago, so I have not brought it here. Okay, so Ayam means this. That means this creation also, you can say, whatever is created. Okay. But in this case, we can say it is this. Okay, what is this? May in this place is my 6 vibhakti. It's again a Veda usage, ancient usage. May. Mama is the classical, modern day Sanskrit usage. But may is used in the Vedic text often. Okay. May means my. Hastaha. Hastaha means hand. Hastam means hand. Hastaha means in our possession, in our hand. This is in my hand. This is in our possession. So we have it with us. That is what this means. Ayam me hastaha. Okay. Bhagavan. Bhagavan means Bhagavan, God. I think we have already covered what's the meaning of Bhaga. So that which possesses Bhaga. There are 6 qualities which the Lord has, Ishvara has. So one who possesses all that is Bhagavan. So this Bhagavan is in our possession. We have it, him in us, with us. We have him. Okay. I have not repeated I am may because I am may appears 4 times in this mantra. Okay, I am at least appears, so I have not given the meaning again. So again, this I am may Bhagavataraha. That means Bhagavataraha. I think I've already mentioned when the noun is actually followed by tara, it becomes comparatively higher, superior, like more. Tama means the best, the most, superlative. Okay. So Bhagavat Taraha means it's better, more fortunate. So Ayame Bhagavat Taraha means this is my more fortunate possession. Okay. I'm more fortunate because of this. Okay. That kind of meaning. My greater fortune. Okay, Bhagavat Taraha. Again, I am me. This is my Vishwa Bheshajaha. We have already looked at Vishwasya Khyati Bheshajasya. So the same concept comes here. Panacea, medicine for all diseases. Vishwa Bheshajaha. Bheshajaha. Okay. Vishwa Bheshajaha. Panacea. So this is my medicine for everything. Shivabhimarshanaha. Is the again I am. This is Shivabhimarshanaha. What is that? Shivabhimarshana is made up of two words. One is Shiva, which is auspiciousness. Abhimarshanaha means contact, touch. Okay. It also means rubbing. Okay, so by this rubbing or touching of Shiva is a contact with Shiva himself. Okay, this Rudram through which we have contacted Shiva is the contact with Shiva. Okay, so the meaning I have given as this position of mine is full of Bhaga. Okay, what is this Rudra? The Rudram, what we chanted itself is full of Bhaga. It provides us all those 6 qualities of Bhagavan. This is my greater fortune. It's Bhagavatara. It's not only Bhagavan, it's Bhagavatara. It's greater than Bhagavan. Okay, Bhagavatara. This is my panacea, medicine. For all ailments. Okay, Vishwa Bheshaj. Okay. This is medicine for everything, all kinds of problems. Okay. This is contact with auspiciousness. So there are, so this connection with the Lord is connection with auspiciousness of all kinds. Okay. I am Shiva Abhimarshana. So just chanting it, being in touch with the Lord brings auspiciousness. I think if Brother Kumar is there, he will say Shiva Maya Amarindrindare, like that he will say, you will become Shiva. You be in contact with Shiva, you become Shiva. Anbe Shiva Maya Amarindrindare, it's like Tirumular, I think. So you become auspiciousness. So this the mantra comes to the entire shape. So, but there's another commentary by Bhashyakarakas, which is basically when you do Abhishekam, you are touching Shivalingam. You are rubbing, you are worshipping, the hand which has touched the Shivalingam and hand which has worshipped, then Abhishekam to the Shiva. That hand is the most auspicious. That hand can become medicine for all ailments. That kind of meaning is also given by the commentators. So any form of contact, any form of the physical, mental, or spiritual contact with the Lord brings auspiciousness to us all. So this is the mantra with which we complete the Sri Rudram Namaka. Okay, I will have a few excerpts. Maybe we'll just go through. There's only one power in the world which is all pervasive. That is the power of love. Only by love are human societies formed. There can be no humanity without divinity. It is only when man establishes contact with divinity to some extent that he can acquire a little of that divine power which is omnipotent. So that contact with the divine is important. Only by establishing that contact that we will also get some divine. When we say divine power, which is capable of solving all problems, omnipotent. So Swami is saying through love, we can have that connection with the divine, and that is Shiva Abhimarshanaha, that contact with the divine, which is Vishwa Bheshaja, which is the medicine for all ailments. Okay, so I thought it's nice. It should be recognized that there's a divine energy in the human body. When this divine energy comes into contact with the body of another person, it is likely to receive the bad thoughts in the latter. If the other person is a good man, you may receive good thoughts from the contact. But you cannot decide who is good and who is bad. Hence, if you sit apart during meditation, you may experience highly elevating thoughts. Some persons say, Swami, I do not entertain any bad thoughts in my mind, but somehow bad thoughts infiltrate into the mind. How does this happen? The reason is other people's bad thoughts enter your mind. It is by close association with bad persons that bad ideas enter the head. The idea behind bowing one's head at the feet of Bhagavan is that thereby sacred thoughts enter the devotee's mind. This means that when one comes in contact with Bhagavan's feet, the sacred impulses from them flow to the devotee. When the devotee's head touches the Lord's feet, the Lord's divine energy flows towards him. This implies that you should keep contact with only pure objects and keep away from impure objects. You are affected by whatever you touch. For instance, if you touch fire, it scalds. Fire can burn even iron. It is so potent. But when the fire is extinguished, the residue is mere charcoal. When you touch charcoal, your hand becomes black. Thus, in either case, the contact is not beneficial. But what happens when you come into contact with divine fire? All your bad thoughts and bad actions are reduced to ashes. This is the sanctity attaching to the performance of Pada Namaskar, prostrating at the feet of the Lord. When you associate with anyone, you are affected by the qualities of the other person. That is why it has been said, through association with the good, develop detachment and solitude. Through seclusion, steady the mind. Through steadiness of the mind, get rid of all delusions. Freedom from delusions is liberation. It's a discourse from the 15th of March, 1992. So I will go to one more excerpt I have of Swami's. What is most essential in life? It is essential to develop intimate relationship with God. You'll be charged with divine energy when you come into contact with divinity. Living in the company of God is true satsanga, good company. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan mukti. Good company leads to detachment. Detachment makes one free from delusion. Freedom from delusion leads to steadiness of mind. Steadiness of mind confers liberation. This is from the Bhajagovinda of Sri Adi Shankaracharya. Swami has explained that here. So I extracted all this because of the word Shiva Abhimarshanaha. That contact with Shiva is auspiciousness, which will confer auspiciousness to us. Because chanting and studying the Rudram itself is contact with the Lord. That's why daily chanting of Rudram is practiced by all in the Vaidika Sampradaya, or in the Vedic tradition, by all Brahmanas. It is considered to be something which has to be chanted every day. If not the entire mantra, at least some portions of it. Through that process, we will have daily contact with the Lord. By contemplating on some meanings, some words, some names, our mind will be filled with those thoughts. It is Swami's divine grace that we got the opportunity to study this over 37 weeks. It's 10 months almost, I would say. It's His divine grace that we were able to go through and contemplate, spend some time thinking about them and studying. I consider it a great privilege for me. The Lord has granted, and it was thanks for coming and joining and inspiring me to pursue this study. It gives me great joy that we have completed it. We will go on to Chamakam. I will take it up from next week. Yes,
because when you do this Father Namaskaram, you said divine energy flows into you also. So when these people, we are old now, so many people come and fall at your feet and ask you for your blessing. That is different, no?
See, I think Kasturi, I think, it's okay, I guess, as older people, people want blessings. I think it's okay, but I think that puts a lot of burden on people, I guess, to be positive. Because whatever we are will pass on to the other person. I think number one. From what I understand, Professor Kasturi was given strict instructions by Swami at one point, because people started taking his namaskar. They can't find Swami, so they go to him. So when Swami told, "Look here, Kasturi, the people are trying to respect you, but be aware of the risks. You should have the sufficient strength to withstand the negativity which can flow to you also." So these are Swami's words. Because you asked, I thought I will just mention. But I think it's generally people out of respect, they would like to. Especially touching is, I think Swami would say, can cause problems. Because you asked the question, I thought I'll mention it. But I think whatever if people offer, I think we pass it back to the Lord. I think then it's okay, Auntie.
Thank you.
I think if people 10 times touch your feet, you touch 10 times the Lord. Then I think you are, that way I think we also can become conduit of the divine energy, because the Lord says, that's why in the Shiva Puja or any puja, Sandhya Vandanam, everything is prescribed, because at periodic intervals we should charge ourselves with our connection with the Lord. So Rudram is considered a very powerful connection. That's why it is chanted again and again every day. There are people who chant it 2-3 times a day. That each time we chant, we are connected. And if at all any ailments in us or the people who touch us, I think that will be purified by Lord Rudra. So I thought I would just share. Thank you, and I hope I answered.
Thank you.
Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.